Welcome back to Fernando's Hideaway, El Show de Fernandito, your live bilingual multicultural entertainment television show. I said that just like Fernando, didn't I?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
I've been hearing it for so long, I had to. Now, in the studio, right across from us, Clara Angelina Diaz, known primarily as an artist to viewers, as well as sometimes co-host with Fernando or me, and now as life coach.
Yes.
Introduce the audience to your other career.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm known for so many titles, but I mean, first and foremost, my main mission in life, Leonard, is to be able to help people help themselves. And I do that through my company, C. Angelina's Art and Company, and I specialize in working with artists and life coaching artists, and also providing consulting services to socially progressive organizations, which usually end up being nonprofit organizations here in Boston as well as in the Dominican Republic. So I can explain to you what is life coaching, or would you like
Please
guys
do.
have some specific questions that
I
you guys
have some
would like
for later,
to ask me?
but you want to explain the basics to the audience.
Oh, absolutely. So, I mean, life coaching is pretty much, if you think of a football coach, and the purpose of a coach is to be able to define for you a winning strategy, regardless of whichever area of your life it is. So it can be in the area of finance, it can be in your personal relationships. And the goal is to be able to attain a balance in life. So to develop a vision for every single area of your life, and then help you and hold you accountable throughout the development and the unfolding of that plan. And that's what I do. And I specifically love to work with artists and individuals that, because they are creative, already have that knowledge and that spark within them to want to create, a better life for themselves, but not just a better life, but an ideal life. And that's what I specialize in.
When you say artists, let's clarify that. You mean more than just visual artists, you mean musicians, writers, actors, correct?
Absolutely. I mean, I work with everyone between artists. I mean, lately I've been working a lot with producers, filmmakers, photographers, singers, you name it. I mean, it is such an honor for me to be able to be just around that creative energy and to be able to help them get to that next level. And I don't even take, the credit for it. It's so much of awakening what's already within a person that I facilitate within my life coaching.
En español?
Bueno, life coaching, el término de life coaching, muchas personas lo conocen más o menos como si fuera consejería. Y yo especialmente me dedico a trabajar con artistas y personas que son creativas, porque esas personas muchas veces ya tienen dentro de ellos ese deseo de crear una vida mejor para ellos mismos. Y no solamente una vida mejor, sino la vida ideal, que creo que es posible que todo el mundo pueda tener eso. A través del servicio de life coaching también se ofrece, lo que tratamos de crear es un balance de vida, donde la persona tenga un balance, tenga lo ideal que quiere en todas áreas, pero más una felicidad en su vida y un balance.
Now don't forget, folks, later on in the show we're going to be having live call-in, 617-708-3290, if you want to know more about life coaching, if you want to know more about living better with Nicole, and with Sharon German's salsa history. It's going to be a nice mix. People are going to be able to call in, ask whatever they want about whatever topic that they wish. Let's get back into the life coaching.
Okay.
Now, the power of positive thinking is a subject that you and I always talk about.
Absolutely.
Sometimes I can be a little skeptical at times. Shall we tell them the parking story?
Oh, absolutely. The parking story is one of those small things, that we can all put into practice. And it's so much of that, knowing that you are the creator of your reality. And you can start with things such as small as finding a parking spot to wanting green lights, to wanting to get somewhere on time. So the story of the parking is that every time Leonard and I go anywhere, people always say, Clara, you have such good parking lot. Such good parking luck. And I always tend to find a parking spot, usually right in front of the place or without having to pay. And so the way I do it is by employing a formula that I learned by a woman called Helen Hansel. And she is the World Guinness Records for winning the most competitions because of her ability to be able to visualize something and actually attain it. So her formula says, select it, so select what you want, project it, expect it, and collect it. So to a lot of things that I want in my life, I apply this, starting from, simple parking spots. So before we actually find the parking spot, you need to know that I have already envisioned this parking spot in my mind. And then, with actions like those, I build on that to be able to attract even more things into my life. And one of the things that I have been able to attract is the opportunity to be able to share this knowledge with other people.
So,
excelente.
Well, let's do that in Spanish.
Oh, Dios. Bueno, yo aprendí de una señora que se llama Helen Hansel una fórmula que explica cómo atraer lo que uno tiene, la visión que uno tiene a hacerse realidad. Y la fórmula va a ser: selecciónalo, proyéctalo, espéralo y coléctalo o consíguelo. Entonces, cuando Leonard está hablando de que yo tengo mucha suerte en encontrar parqueo, no es suerte, sino que todo el mundo crea su propia realidad. Y antes de que ya nosotros hemos encontrado el parqueo, ya yo tengo la visión en mi mente de encontrar el parqueo. Y esa fórmula se puede aplicar simplemente a tratar de encontrar parqueos, a querer llegar temprano a un lugar, y podemos usar este ejercicio para atraer y manifestar otras cosas más importantes a nuestra vida, como la felicidad en general.
Perfecto. También quería preguntar si podías hablarle un poco al público de tu compañía y los servicios que tú tienes para artistas, y cuáles son los artistas.
Claro que sí, definitivamente. Bueno, mi compañía se llama Clara Angelina's Art and Company, y tengo un website que es thenewclaraangelinadiaz.com. Y el servicio que yo ofrezco de life coaching es básicamente un programa, usualmente de 3 meses, donde primero que todo, yo me siento con una persona y hacemos un asesoramiento de dónde la persona está ahora mismo. Yo tengo un grupo de especialistas que yo trabajo, así que si la persona, vamos a suponer, quiere trabajar más con sus finanzas, yo lo puedo poner con un coach que es especialista en eso.
Qué bien.
Si la persona quiere trabajar en su espiritualidad, nosotros tenemos un equipo de una persona que puede trabajar con ellos en el área de la espiritualidad. Pero como el propósito de trabajar con cada persona es que la persona se pueda ayudar a sí mismo en el futuro. Después de esos 3 meses, el propósito de nosotros es que la persona se pueda autoaconsejar por el resto de su vida.
En inglés, por favor.
Okay. The services that we offer, specifically the life coaching services, it's really a 3-month program where we develop, first we will do an assessment of where a person is right now. And if a person is looking to work in a specific area, I work with a group of coaches that are specific to that one area. So they can be working on they want to work on bettering their finances or their spirituality or health. But the end goal is for the person to be able to coach themselves for life. We don't want to create a codependency, but more create an empowerment where we are facilitating the person's growth and the person's ability to counsel and coach themselves for life.
It seems that both of your disciplines would go hand in hand.
Absolutely, yes. We must talk after the show.
Yes. Sounds amazing what she does, changing people's lives.
It's true. And I want to tell you, Nicole, when we drove, one of the debates that we always have is I say that visualization can only go so far. Right. It can only help you maybe overcome an illness quicker or something that you're in control of. And I kept saying, how are you in control of parking? It's somebody else. It's somebody else's aura or karma or whatever. But it worked twice for me. It worked when we were together going to that concert, to cover a concert, and it worked with me by myself yesterday.
Right.
Look at that.
And I even had money in the meter of the parking spot that I found.
And it can get better for you, believe me. You can apply that to a lot of other things. I mean, this is general knowledge, and not a lot of people apply it. You can ask anyone who is successful, even Nicole, when you decided that you wanted to do something and you went after it with your thought, your actions, with emotions, with everything you got, eventually it's inevitable that you're going to receive that which you expect.
On the radio last night, I listened to this strange program called Coast to Coast AM. It's about paranormal phenomena. And they were talking about how when people see UFOs and people see monsters or any unusual sights, that could be, there's a theory that they're creating their own reality. Like when groups of people see an unusual thing, it could be their combined brain power causing this phantom or this image.
That is very interesting, and I mean that also talks about, you know, the collective consciousness.
Yes.
I mean, in that can even be explained when you start to hang out with people who are very positive. You tend to start being positive.
Rubs off.
Exactly, just as the opposite can also be true. I mean, I don't know if it goes to the point of being able to create group visions, but I mean, it's a very interesting point.
Any other questions?
As I think about what I know about therapy and psychology, I absolutely think it's fascinating that you're doing this kind of work, because on some level you're tapping to people's psyche and you're sort of helping them navigate a new way of thinking. And I think that's really wonderful.
Thank you very much, Nicole. Thank you.
I've been envisioning the show all week, and this is just how it should go.
Great.
617-708-3290 is the number that we're going to be using for when we come back to talk to Nicole and to talk to Clara. But first, we're going to go to one of our roll-ins, one of our remote shoots, and we're going to come back with Sharon German.